Alright, people said they like commentaries, so I'll do a commentary. Playing the standard Mythic Plus build, which, you know, you can find in the pinned comment, but, you know, it's the same one I recommend in all my videos that is the standard, so, yeah. No big poll, we're not lusting this or anything, so. Nothing too crazy. I did stun Frozen Orb for a second there, but using, you know, prioritizing Rune over Phase of Frost is what you should do. Gonna cancel the shifting power for Blizzard plus Orb because that's just a gain at this target count. So yeah. And then I kind of do nothing for like 3 globals, but this is actually essentially the first key I did today, so it's a little bit scuffed. But I know, obviously you probably saw when you clicked the video, did a lot of damage. I was originally going to upload a 123k 23 Ruby Life Pools from last week, but I figured since I just did this and I did more damage and it's this week, people would probably rather see that, so yeah. Here we are. Just, you can see there, I didn't have, well, I transbreathed the slam or whatever. I didn't have my orb up, so I decided to instead just hardcast my Blizzard, you know, to make sure my orb would be off cooldown as soon as possible. Here, probably good for me to be doing my shifting power. Like after this orb, this would be a good time to shifting power, but it's alright if I wanted to prioritize it. Because now, you know, I'm doing it when there's, I think, a lot less mobs left in the group, but I also held my orb randomly for a few seconds. I think I was hoping the one on the right would go away, and it didn't, so. But yeah. Would have been nice to lust the first pull, but it is tyrannical, so. And the first boss can be kind of scary. I am going to invis off Cold Whelp aggro, I think. This is a really good trinket value, though, for Sinarth. I actually missed one of the Cold Whelp guys because he's on me, or Infused Whelp. I don't know why I keep calling it Cold Whelp. Not really sure. But yeah, just using all our stuff on cooldown. I think I end up Icy Veins in here. That's why I'm holding my Rune. Because I didn't want to delay my Icy Veins. I actually fucking overcap Fingers Frost a little bit, I believe. Since it is Spiteful, you know, I'll get to hit the mobs a little bit before the boss, and I should just be able to kind of seamlessly transition. Just using Ice Nova to keep walking. I definitely could have stopped and started casting Frostbolt earlier, but it's alright. Let me X out my Battle.net so you don't hear really loud sounds like that. Anyway, so you can see I'm having the Shaman Lust here just because I don't want to accidentally double lust myself. That's what I would recommend you do in, you know, any scenario. I am using my, you know, Time Warp after I put Blizzard down so I can get those extra ticks. Like I said last time, you know, I was canceling my shifting power for the Blizzard. I full channeled there for the Rune power, so I didn't really get as many frozen orbs as I would have wanted out of that, but yeah. And then here, since it's now pure single target, I'm actually just going to hold the orb so I don't, you know, brick my freezing winds. It's always good to just use, I mean, Mage has so many defensives, you can just use one on every single one of those chill storms. And you can see, I'm walking out of the hailstorm with just, some of my instant casts. I think I clear blinking here, maybe. No, okay, good. All right, so now I have Rune. I'm gonna Ice Nova just to start because it's more AoE damage than casting Frostbolt, of course. I end up using a Unpowered Ice Lance there. I just kind of had a few things on cooldown. You can see there I canceled for Blizzard. Generally at, I'm gonna say 6+ targets is when you would want to do that. Just, start channeling Shifting Power, cancel it for Blizzard. Was a gain on 40 seconds, was a gain on 2 minutes without Lust, so. It is better, if possible, to delay till your second rune, of course. But, I wasn't starting this scenario as like a fresh pull, so I wasn't in my second rune, it was just in general. But you can see that's kind of juxtaposed with what I did on the first ad set where I kept channeling my Shifting Power because I wanted to get my Rune power up, otherwise I wasn't going to have Rune. So you can see here I use my Greater Invis on that Chill Storm. It's really gonna, cycling your defensives well on Mage, it's kind of gonna make you just never die to this boss in particular. You're a little bit susceptible to rot damage, which is why it's kind of disgusting to have a Shadow Priest and a Enhancement Shaman, because now we have both Ancestral Guidance and Vampiric Embrace. It's really disgusting. I should probably put up healing meters somewhere, but because you'd see some crazy meter numbers put up by these people. I did some keys with a like a druid, or no, I just did a lot of keys with shaman priest today actually. So we'll just go ahead and skip this because I'm here and I can. Anyway, not using Rune because my Icy Veins is 8 seconds away. Your Icy Propulsion gets triggered off multi-target, so definitely just gonna get to Icy Veins very fast. If you're curious, I did stream this. I think I had like 5.5 hour stream or something for Mythic Plus. I don't really stream Mythic Plus too often, but it might be a lot more consistent. So I've just been doing a lot of keys with these people recently. So I went up 75 IO today, and I guess no one's pushing as Mage for some reason because somehow I'm now rank 8 Mage in the world, which is weird as fuck. Because I would have thought more people are playing Mage, and I'm only like 30-50 IO. One of my keys is like an untimed, or gives me the score of a 20 basically. I have like, I'm gonna go up a lot of IO this week. It's gonna be pretty juicy. The only problem is I might have to start posting like 2 times a day because this replaced my Rue Light Pools from last week, and I was gonna have another Algathar come out tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I'll do that. Really good to alter that, of course. Trying to hold my ROP duration a little bit, so I got a lot of ROP uptime, but didn't really want to sit out of Icy Veins for too long. This would be a good time for me to have channel Shifting Power. Not there anymore because my orb got so close to the off CD, but here, like right there, instead of the Ice Nova, that would make good Shifting Power. The only problem is that Shifting Power would have then made my Rune Power up right now, and I wouldn't want to use the Rune Power, so I'd just be sitting on it. Because here, what's gonna happen? Yeah, alright, well, I overcapped the CDR anyway, so it just wasn't good. That's alright though. That was pretty bad flurry usage because you can see now I'm casting Frostbolt later on. But see, most of what I'm doing is just use everything on CD. This person's pretty fast with the dispels, so I'm not getting them, but that's alright. I did use Blizzard there. That's probably pretty bad because there's just a lot more targets here. And I do need to get out of the habit of just flurrying first global because there really wasn't any use to me flurrying there. That probably would have gotten a good Arcane Explosion time, but just when you have, you know, a GCD or so before Frozen Orb. It's not as important here because this is only 3 targets, so for Frostbolt honestly was probably a lot better of a choice just because of Icicles. If that makes sense. Yeah, I do think there's not very many reasons you would want to use Arcane Explosion anymore, really. Just when you're running on Germinate. I do have it bound, actually. I should probably be kind of on the lookout for situations to press it, but you're always going to be one of using like Fingers of Frost and AoE over it, generally, just because Arcane Explosion does nothing for Icy Propulsion, so you're just kind of fucking yourself in the long run, essentially. Yeah, so I tried not to overcap Fingers of Frost there. I should have just, you know, said fuck it and done it earlier. Altar's saving my healer from having to heal me. This was kind of bad rune time. You can see I used my center trinket there. That was pretty bad. I should have held it. Because it just had pretty much no value. I should probably be putting Blizzard down. Yep, I think I'd do it here with the 3 target. Frost is a really, really good Light Pool spec because you just destroy the first boss, you destroy the second boss, and you destroy the third boss. And even more than that, you know, the first boss, you have funnel. Like, I'm not sure if I hovered over it. I probably hovered over it when I skipped. I did like 1 million more damage than the Shadow Priest to boss damage on that, and you know, the other guy as well. It's unfortunate I'm commenting over this because I think that was some good banter, but oh well. I don't think people watch me for banter, so yeah. And then on this next boss, obviously it's like 2 targets, so I'm gonna destroy it. And then on the last boss, unlike a lot of classes, it's really, really easy for Frost to target swap between the Dargon, the dragon, and the boss guy. So you can just kind of make sure that they're, you know, dying evenly, which is really important. There, I blocked it because obviously it's, you know, I have 40% HP or something. Here my lust icon is blue, which means that I have lust up, but if I use it now, it won't be up for the group. I do decide to use it here because it's an AoE pack and we have a shaman, so I don't need lust up for the group because the shaman can lust for the group when it's up. So just a little extra thing you can do in M+ at times. And then I decide to hold my Icy Veins because these things are very low HP, of course. If you're curious about my stats, with the files and everything I'm running 33% crit, 16% haste, 35% mastery, and 5% verse, which sounds pretty idealistic. That's just how my stats ended up. I didn't aim specifically for them. I'm literally wearing my highest time level gear. So, but you know, there's a decent bit of flexibility. Like for instance, you know, I have 27% crit normally, but I'm running Corrupting Rage to hit 33%. 33% isn't a goal to hit. It's just, you know, you want like at least low 30s crit is really, really nice in AoE. So that is why I'm using Corrupting Rage and whatnot. And it also lets me use Howling Rune because baseline I have 14% haste. So running Howling Rune gives me 16%. Channeling Shifting Power doing Where's Chill because it's DPS increase, so why not? But yeah. Anyway, so for instance, if you had like 24% crit, what I'd recommend probably is running like Corrupting Rage and then still running Buzzing Rune. But it really does depend. This was a bad Rune of Power. I should have held for Icy Veins. The Firestorm ad is meleeing our Shaman, which is, if that sounds bad, it's because it is bad. And if this Rune of Power looks bad, it's because it was bad. So Yeah, lots of mistakes. I mean, I had 2 shimmers up. There's no reason for me to rune so close to the ad. I could just shimmered out pretty easily. But yeah. This boss is obviously hurting us a little bit. I need to be using more defensives on it. Yeah, obviously, I'd want to greater invis the initial hit, not this. So obviously, I should hold my rune, yep, till I get over here. And I do have pot up, which I haven't used yet, but we'll see. But yeah, the shaman's just getting meleeed by the ad. It was pretty unfortunate thing to happen. I could have greeted 1 tick there. I think, yep, Icy Veins. That's a little bit early because I proc munched the last tick, but, or, the second Where's Chill, that thing's gonna explode, so you gotta be really careful. And we're just stuck in Quaking Hell. And then this person PI'd me because obviously the shaman's dead. So I think this should be the only PI I get this run. So not very impactful. I think you'd find if our shaman was alive, it probably would have been better for my damage than getting this 1 PI. So, which again, his death wasn't his fault. So, but you can see I am fucking this boss right now. Here I'm holding the shifting power, and then I got quaking. So now I'm at shifting power again with Where's Chill. I don't want to, Icy Veins really. And I decide I have to heal myself because I'm pretty far away. And I'm gonna kick the ad here. And easy. So you can see at the very top of that, it says melee, 250k crit. And then here, melee. So yeah, was not his fault how he died. Then also Dementius hosted me. I don't know if he does YouTube actually, but he does Twitch stream. I think he's been playing Fire a decent bit. So, because I saw one of his clips on I think WoW highlights. But yeah, what I just did there, I mean, that was bad because I'm just wasting a lot of globals on non-AoE spells. But the benefit to it is when the mobs were grouped, I was when I was actually placing my AoE. That makes sense. And that was a really bad center trinket, obviously. Which I think most of my center trinkets, in the later half of the dungeon, were pretty bad. I got a really sick one on the first boss though, with all the whelps, which was very nice. I should probably update that graphic to be HD or something. In the top right. This would have been a good time to channel shifting power, really. Instead, I hold it, and now I don't want to use it because my orb is so close. So instead, I orb, and then I should shifting power. Yep. It's good. Full channel it because I want to get my rune off. And then, yep. We're golden. I use this at a pretty poor time because I just lose my freezing winds. Normally, you don't want to hold it, even in the case where you lose your freezing winds, but that was probably a scenario where I wanted to. Here, I decide to Icy Veins because I was like, oh, you know, I'll have the Spiteful and then we'll be pulling everything. But then the healer won mana, which wasn't. So that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah. And then this is bad sequencing, really. If I was to cast Blizzard, I should cast Drop first, basically. And then I probably wouldn't have wanted to precast Blizzard that late anymore. It's really only a concern if you're either out of Icy Veins or you're about to press Icy Veins. Considering I was already in Icy Veins, it didn't matter. The only thing that was important was that I used ROP into Orb into Blizzard there, essentially. Cancel my shifting power, so now I'm also going to Icy Veins here again, which also wasn't ideal, but again, you know, we're going to have this Spiteful, and then we're going to have a little bit of the pad on the side ads, which can hopefully get me a lot of CDR, but probably not worth it, because if you dispel these things, they die very fast, so I think it was overall a poor decision. A lot of my Icy Veins here at the end of packs kind of just relied on chain pulling, and then the chain pulling was not very effective, as you can see. And then we're gonna wait for the healer to get a little bit of mana. So, yeah. Alright, you can see I have the blue lust, which means I can lust again if I have another lust user in my party, which I do, so I do it again, especially because I don't have Icy Veins. It's good to, you know, farm it back really fast. Getting the dragon when I can, really. Could have blinked back in my rune for that Ice Lance. Obviously, I'm just doing a fuck ton of damage right now, and it's just because I got, you know, a decent 2-target-ish double lust, or not double lust, obviously, but, you know, singular lust. If this wasn't a 23, if this is a hierarchy, I probably should have just saved my Blizzard, or not, sorry, my lust, obviously. I'm not really sure what I did as an off GCD action there. I guess I was Ice Lancing. I just this is the thing that trips me up sometimes about this weak aura, is that if you like gain a Fingers of Frost at the same time you use one, that like sometimes just doesn't change the icon. I would have blinked there, except, you know, the dragon was channeling the fire and I didn't want to blink into the fire, so yeah. You ideally want to phase these both at like 50%. So you can see we're phasing him into P2 and this dragon's already at 36. Like, this thing is getting dicked. And now it's just going lower. It's going. This is tyrannical, by the way. It's kind of disgusting. And it's just dead. So yeah, I sent a flurry into it just in case. I'm not actually sure how long my center trinket has been off CD. Obviously, that flurry there was a pretty bad mistake. Should have Fingers of Frost first, but it's not too bad since I'm just kind of immediately going into more flurries. I didn't lose too much, really. This is a relatively close key. I mean, 4 minutes left. We did have 8 deaths. Really, the second boss slowed us down quite a bit. Probably slowed us down like a minute and a half. So yeah. I think we could time quite a bit higher of this key, honestly. There you have it, 127k overall. I should show the, breakdown in a second. Oh, I also got a spark. This is my first spark that I've gotten since it dropped, which was really nice. And I think that's like the entirety of what I talk about, but hopefully I show the damage breakdown. Come on, pass Manather, you can do it. Give the people what they want. They want to see your damage breakdown. My god. Let's see. Yeah, because I can't still show you. Oh well. We'll see, because I checked my Dragon's Breath cast, I think, and I only did 4 for the dungeon. It's a problem. It's a problem with streaming. I'm just talking. After like a fire ring, yeah, calm down. That's my calm down. My god, here. That's loud. I'm not really sure. Show the overall. It is my first time getting spark from the random drop. Yeah, I'm probably going to craft a belt, I imagine.
I guess the timer's really easy.
No one cares. No one cares about your spark, nerd.
Yeah, how long was he dead for?
Alright. Almost. Almost. Do we give up? Okay, maybe we give up. Well, sorry, no overall. But you can just see well, you can imagine what it looked like. It was a lot of small pulls, so it's probably mostly ice lance and then icicles and then Frozen plus blizzard and then some more stuff. I wasn't playing Cone of Cold or anything, obviously, so it wasn't nothing crazy, nothing inventive. I think I had probably like a 95% uptime on Corrupting Rage. That's generally what I have in Mythic Plus, 95% plus, which is very strong. If you don't know, if you do some with Corrupting Rage in SimC, it's going to default to 70% uptime, which is obviously going to have much lower value than if you were to have a 95% uptime, which is a big reason why this is a really strong. Oh, all right, well, you saw it for a second there. Here's my buff up times. I had 94% Corrupting Rage. Anyway, hopefully your pause game is on point. Have a good night.